お休み前に英語で国内ニュースの時間です。今日の話題を英語でどうぞ。
Heavy rain is expected across western Japan to Kanto through July 2nd, due to an active rainy season front. Kyushu may receive 150 millimeters and Kanto Koshin 100 millimeters. Two tropical depressions are forming in the southern sea, likely becoming typhoons 9 and 10 by tomorrow. One could potentially affect Japan next week.
A 10-year-old boy, missing since June 30th from a special needs school in Komatsu, Ishikawa Prefecture, was found on July 1st. He was discovered in a waterfall near the school. Police confirmed his death. The boy reportedly left his classroom and may have exited the school building through an emergency door.
Mobile PASMO experienced technical issues this morning, July 1st, preventing app-based charging. The service operator announced that mobile PASMO has now been fully restored. Mobile Suica, however, is still facing similar problems. Restoration efforts for mobile Suica are currently being expedited to bring its services back online.
5 people were hospitalized after an incident at a post office in Nagoya around noon on July 1st. Emergency services responded to reports of a spray being released. Fortunately, none of the injured are in life-threatening condition. Police are investigating the incident, and a man at the scene claimed the spray was released accidentally.
In Tomi, Nagano Prefecture, a mother and daughter were found dead at their home this morning, July 1st. Their eldest son, a junior high school student, was also found nearby with stab wounds. Police have arrested the 46-year-old father on suspicion of attempted murder against his son. Investigations into the deaths are currently underway.
The Bank of Japan's Tankan survey, released on July 1st, shows that business confidence among large manufacturers has improved for the 5th consecutive quarter. The index rose by 5 points from the previous survey. This positive trend suggests continued optimism within Japan's major manufacturing sector as surveyed by the Bank of Japan.
Japan's roadside land values used for inheritance tax were released on July 1st. The national average increased for the 5th consecutive year, marking the largest rise since 2010. This significant jump is mainly due to the increase in foreign tourists, with land values in popular tourist areas showing particularly strong growth.
Hyogo Prefectural Police arrested 9 people, including a man in his 60s, for alleged involvement in a special fraud scheme. This group reportedly targeted Japanese victims from a base in Sierra Leone, Africa. Police believe the base might have moved from Southeast Asia due to increased crackdowns. The suspects allegedly defrauded victims of tens of millions of yen.
次は社会のニュースです。
Heavy rain is expected from West Japan to Kanto through July 2nd due to an active rainy season front. Kyushu may get 150 millimeters and Kanto Koshin 100 millimeters. 2 tropical depressions in the southern seas are forecast to become typhoons soon. One near the Marshall Islands could affect Japan next week. Stay updated.
The Imperial Household Agency expressed confusion after Cabinet approved Imperial House law amendments. Officials were surprised by the lack of prior consultation. Some worry the new system, allowing female royals to remain in the family after marrying non-royals, is distorted. Despite concerns, it is seen as a half-step forward for female royals.
5 people were hospitalized after a spray was accidentally released inside a post office near Nagoya's downtown area on July 1st. Their injuries are not life-threatening. Police say a man at the scene stated it was unintentional. Authorities are investigating the incident.
In Tomi City, Nagano Prefecture, a mother and daughter were found dead in their home on July 1st. Their junior high school-aged son was also discovered nearby with stab wounds. Police arrested the 46-year-old father on suspicion of attempted murder against his son. Authorities are investigating the incident.
Mobile PASMO experienced issues with in-app charging for public transport fares since the morning of July 1st. The operating company announced that services have now been restored. However, mobile Suica is still undergoing urgent restoration work to resolve similar problems. Users should check for updates.
5 opposition parties formally requested that Parliament Speaker Mori restore normalcy to the Diet. They claim the government's forceful management has caused an abnormal state and a post-war worst crisis for parliamentary democracy. The opposition is boycotting deliberations after the ruling party unilaterally pushed 2 bills. They demand suspension of these bills.
Osaka police rearrested 13 people, including a company CEO, for alleged SNS fraud. They are accused of impersonating influencers to defraud followers for side job lectures. Suspects allegedly bought influencer accounts, posted false success stories, and sold information products. Police believe they operated dozens of accounts, some with 500,000 followers.
High school students graduating next spring effectively began their job hunting on July 1st. Due to corporate labor shortages, a high job-to-applicant ratio is expected, creating a seller's market. Some companies are even offering starting salaries of 300,000 yen. This signals strong demand for new high school graduates.
Welfare applications nationwide in April totaled 20,861 cases. This represents a 1.3% increase compared to the same month last year. It marks the second highest number of applications for April in the past 10 years, indicating a persistent demand for welfare support.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Japan's large manufacturing companies reported improved business confidence for the 5th consecutive quarter. The Bank of Japan's Tankan survey showed the business conditions index rose to plus 22 in June. This was driven by strong demand for semiconductors and AI. However, the future outlook is expected to worsen due to concerns over rising costs from the Middle East.
Japan's inheritance tax land prices have risen for 5 consecutive years, with the national average increasing by 2.9% for 2026. This rise is attributed to foreign tourist hotel demand and urban redevelopment. Hakuba Village in Nagano saw the highest increase at 32.7%. Tokyo's Ginza area recorded the highest land price nationwide for the 41st consecutive year.
The Japanese yen fell to 162 against the US dollar, a 39.5-year low. This historic depreciation is raising import prices, affecting daily life. A bento shop owner, for example, switched to domestic chicken due to doubling import costs. The weak yen is caused by the widening interest rate gap with the U.S. The government stated it would respond appropriately.
Asahi Soft Drinks announced price increases for 151 products, including Mitsuya Cedar and Calpis Water. New prices take effect November 1st. This decision is due to rising costs of raw materials, packaging, energy, and logistics. Manufacturers suggested retail prices will increase by approximately 4% to 16%, affecting nearly half of Asahi Soft Drinks' product lineup.
Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi is expected to meet with Indian Prime Minister Modi on July 2nd. They are anticipated to agree on a new cooperation framework to promote biogas-fueled automobiles in India. The plan includes establishing 1,000 biogas plants across the country. This initiative highlights both nations' commitment to green energy.
Japan's diet is facing strong opposition as the ruling party advances bills, including a reduction in House of Representatives seats, without opposition agreement. House Speaker Mori and Party Secretaries General are expected to meet on July 1st. These discussions aim to find a breakthrough to resolve the current political conflict. This highlights ongoing diet tensions.
The Japanese government has drafted a new growth strategy proposing over 370 trillion yen in public-private investment. This massive investment will target 17 strategic fields by fiscal year 2040. The plan aims to boost Japan's economy and ensure long-term growth. It emphasizes collaboration between government and private sectors to achieve these ambitious goals.
The Japanese government approved an amendment to the Imperial House Law on June 30th, submitting it to the Diet. This aims to secure the number of imperial family members. The amendment allows female imperial family members to remain in the family after marriage. It also permits adopting male descendants from former imperial family branches, addressing succession concerns.
Aflac Life Insurance announced a data leak affecting approximately 4.38 million people. The company suspects unauthorized access as the cause. The compromised information includes personal data, and some accounts may have had banking details exposed. Aflac is currently investigating the incident and implementing measures to enhance security and protect customer information.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Mexico defeated Ecuador 2-0 in the first round of the World Cup knockout stage. As a host nation, Mexico enjoyed strong home support, securing a decisive victory. This win allows them to advance to the second round of the tournament, moving closer to the championship title.
Japan's A.O. Tanaka spoke about the World Cup loss to Brazil, accepting full responsibility for his late-game mistake. He expressed deep regret and apologized for not meeting expectations. Tanaka vowed to improve, stating, "The disappointment felt at the World Cup can only be overcome by achieving success in future World Cups."
Japan's Kento Shiogai stated he would not retract his controversial pre-match comments about Brazil. After Japan's World Cup loss, Shiogai was provoked by Brazilian players. He acknowledged the strong reaction his words caused. Shiogai vowed to learn from the experience and ensure his career doesn't end like this.
Take Fusa. Kubo warned younger players about joining the national team. After Japan's World Cup exit, he doubted many young players would replace current members in 4 years. Kubo stressed that for the national team to strengthen, new talent must emerge to challenge the established core. He even spoke directly to some younger players.
Japanese defender Teihiro Tomiyasu has officially left Ajax. The club announced his contract, along with 2 other players, expired on June 30th, 2026. Tomiyasu joined Ajax in December 2025, playing 9 matches, and also returned to the Japan national team for the World Cup. Ajax thanked the players for their contributions.
Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers extended his hitting streak to 6 games against the Athletics. The Dodgers secured their 4th consecutive win. The team also recorded double-digit hits for the 2nd straight game. Ohtani's consistent performance is a key factor in the team's ongoing success.
Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs recorded 2 hits against the Padres, marking his second consecutive multi-hit game. The Cubs extended their winning streak to 4 games. Suzuki's strong offensive performance is helping to drive the team's recent success, contributing to their winning momentum in the league.
In the World Cup round of 16, France defeated Sweden 3-0. Star player Kylian Mbappé scored 2 goals, leading his team to a decisive victory. This win secured France's spot in the second round of the knockout stage, moving them closer to the championship title.
An Ecuador player was sent off during a World Cup match against Mexico for covering his mouth while speaking to an opponent. This is the second red card given under a new anti-discrimination rule. The rule introduced this tournament aims to prevent players from making discriminatory remarks while concealing their mouths.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
2 Japanese individuals detained in Dalian, China since May have been formally arrested. Sources indicate they are linked to a Japanese electronics manufacturer. They are suspected of involvement in exporting magnets containing rare earths. This development follows their detention by customs authorities, raising concerns about potential trade-related issues.
The U.S. Supreme Court has upheld birthright citizenship, ruling President Trump's executive order to review it unconstitutional. This decision, made before the nation's 250th anniversary, preserves a fundamental principle defining U.S. citizens and the country's identity as an immigrant nation. It marks a setback for President Trump's immigration policies.
The U.S. Supreme Court has affirmed a state law that bans transgender athletes from women's sports. President Trump called this a great victory. However, human rights organizations have expressed concerns. This decision adds to the ongoing debate about fairness and inclusion in sports for transgender individuals.
Long lines are forming at gas stations across Russia due to fuel restrictions. These measures follow Ukrainian drone attacks on Russian oil facilities. President Putin acknowledged the supply issues, but stated the situation is not critical. Nevertheless, consumers are rushing to buy fuel, with major stations limiting sales per vehicle.
China's Communist Party celebrated its 105th anniversary in Beijing. General Secretary Xi Jinping reaffirmed his commitment to complete national reunification with Taiwan, calling it a historic mission. The party highlighted economic successes and promoted Xi's ideology, aiming to solidify his authority and long-term leadership. New national unity laws were also implemented.
The U.S. government released President Trump's 2025 asset report. U.S. media reports his main income, at least $1.4 billion, about 230 billion Japanese yen, is from cryptocurrency-related earnings. This disclosure highlights the president's significant financial interests in the digital asset market, drawing attention to his personal wealth.
A series of major earthquakes in Venezuela has caused 1,943 deaths and over 10,000 injuries. More than 15,800 people are displaced. NASA satellite data suggests about 59,000 buildings may be damaged. The World Food Program plans to deliver food aid to 500,000 people in the severely affected La Guaira state over the next 3 months.
The U.S. and Iran are preparing for talks with a mediating country, with representatives visiting Qatar. A U.S. government official stated that practical negotiations with Iran are progressing smoothly. These meetings aim to advance dialogue between the two nations, which currently lack direct diplomatic relations, potentially easing regional tensions.
The military conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues with ongoing fighting across Ukraine. Many civilians have fled the country. Diplomatic efforts involving various nations are also underway to address the situation. This ongoing conflict has led to widespread displacement and continues to impact regional stability with global attention focused on developments.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
The Japanese entertainment industry is seeing many celebrities announce new career moves as July 1st begins, the second half of the year. Actor Makinyu Arata joined Crossover, and voice actor Mamoru Miyano moved his music label to Pony Canyon. Actress Mugi Katawaki also announced her independence. Many notable figures are making fresh starts.
Actress Minami Tanaka and singer Kazuya Kaminashi have announced their marriage. Comedian Yuji Tanaka of Bakusho Mondai sent a congratulatory email to Kaminashi. Kaminashi replied, "Thank you for the message. I will do my best to build a happy family." The news surprised many, given previous denials.
TV Asahi issued a severe warning to staff of its variety show Ano channel. This was due to inappropriately asking talent Ano to name disliked celebrities. President Nishi stated training is underway to prevent recurrence. Ano had previously complained about the show's direction. The program apologized and ended on June 15th.
Poplar Publishing and Japan Post will trial selling children's books at 4 post offices in Fukushima's coastal region. Starting July 22nd, this initiative addresses the decreasing number of bookstores, aiming to provide easier access. Customers can browse books displayed in the lobbies. If successful, the program may expand to other areas.
For the Japan vs. Brazil World Cup match, NHK-BS's broadcast with Keisuke Honda's commentary attracted 9.064 million viewers. This was very close to Fuji TV's 9.408 million. Honda's candid commentary style, including calling some opposing players annoying, has gained significant attention.
Actress Erika Toda shared how marriage and childbirth profoundly changed her life perspective, transforming her switch for living. She also discussed a recent role where aging makeup depicted her at 67. This experience was shocking, making her fear her future self. She even developed a temporary habit of lowering her mouth corners from the role.
Former AKB48 member Hana Aida accused her agency of forcing her to shave her head after her contract was terminated. The agency denies this. Broadcast writer Osamu Suzuki commented that in the social media era, silence is the biggest loss. He stressed the need for quick communication from both sides to manage public perception.
Asahi Camera, a photography magazine that suspended publication in 2020, is releasing a 100th anniversary issue on July 21st. The cover features Daido Moriyama's 1969 work. The issue explores photography's meaning in the age of social media and AI, themed inheritance of tradition and the current state of photography.
Shozo Hayashiya, 63, has been selected as the new chairman of the Rakugo Association, succeeding Sankyo Yanagiya. His 2-year term begins after serving as vice chairman since 2014. Hayashiya, who once used the name Kobuhei, has focused on classic Rakugo since inheriting his current name in 2005.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。 おやすみなさい。